Shit, I'm the best thing on here. Shit, I am the shit.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they cautious, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switch codes, but he codes with focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athletes. When the cop cars try to catch me, cause I rolled off in a taxi. With my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a peace, man. I ain't got no time for a peace, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up.
If I let my dogs off the leash, they do my work to get out of Dodge for the east. Honestly, think it's not the blood and the beef. If they don't leave anything behind at the east.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a... Cause when you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they wanna call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. But I call plays for the athletes. When the cop cars try to catch me, cause I rolled off in a taxi. With my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe, I'm the kingpin.
Good Monday afternoon. Good Monday afternoon. Now, I know it's Labor Day, right? I know it's Labor Day. It's supposed to be a holiday. You enjoy your time off of work. That's what the whole holiday was created for, to recognize those who are hardworking with a day off. But guess what? I'm in the basement today and ain't no days off. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you guys for not only just for information, entertainment. I'm here with you guys because I ain't got shit better to do. That's not true. Not true at all. But nonetheless, I am here for you guys to enjoy the Labor Day with you, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully y'all had a good Labor Day. Hopefully y'all had a successful Labor Day weekend. Hopefully if y'all did go out of town by road or fly, hopefully y'all had safe trips. Hopefully you had safe flights home. Hopefully there wasn't no delays. Hopefully all the weather was comfortable weather for where you was. I hope your Labor Day was the best. Let me tell you what I did. For my Labor Day Friday, me and my lady drove up, dropped her daughter off, so she got to enjoy her other side of the family. That's what we did Friday. While I was up there, I did purchase a few things, a few albums. I didn't go do no Funko Pop shop or nothing like that, but I did purchase out. And matter of fact, one of the albums that I did purchase, as you can see behind me, Criminal Minded, Boogie Down Production. Shout out to them. In case y'all don't know who that is, y'all better get to know KRS-One and his brother DJ Scott LaRock. R.I.P. to DJ Scott LaRock for some of you old heads who remembers him. He passed away, or he was murdered. Let's say that. But nonetheless, I picked up that album, so that is my album of the week, along with Jason Voorhees, as you can see behind me. There's a big version of Jason Voorhees, then there's a small version of Jason Voorhees. So my action figure of the week is Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. So, with that being said, I was, Friday I spent that day up there, came back, got to partake into a new barbecue restaurant that opened up in my city. So I went down there, enjoyed myself, and it was all right. Let me say this: the food was all right. I didn't like how it was set up. Everything is through an app, so you order through an app, you get your food through an app. They bring your food to you. You pay through the app, everything. So there was really very little, but yet we still made sure we left a tip. Now, really, I mean, they didn't do anything. So but we did leave them a $5 tip, even though they didn't bring us nothing but our food, nothing else. Silverware was already on the table, napkins was there, so they really didn't bring us nothing else but our food. But yet we still left them a minimum of a $5 tip. So there you go. That was my Friday. Saturday, we went, did a couple things. I did. Went down to a thing what we have in our city called World Fest. So we got to enjoy that. It was all right. I ain't gonna say it's all right. Unfortunately, I end up getting me and my lady a turkey leg. They charged like $25 just for a turkey leg, and I thought, shit. I knew they were talking about $25 for one turkey leg. I would live that son bitch there, but nonetheless, trying to, stimulate the economy, help out the people. $50 for two turkey legs is what I paid for. It was all right, but the lemonade was, to me, I had a lemonade. She had a frozen lemonade, I believe what it was, or something like that, or tropical fruit, pineapple something. She said it was good. I thought my lemonade was good, so that was probably the best thing we had there. Didn't buy really no trinkets. Didn't see not much really I would even want to buy, so it is what it is. But we enjoyed ourselves. We got to walk around and enjoy it. But we also went to it almost reminds me like it was as an antique mall. I don't know if y'all guys even into that. I'm not really into the antique mall. My lady is, but I just wanted her to have that experience. She never went to it, so took her there, and she had a good time. And she was talking about how her daughter, they're into that type of old school throwback type stuff, and how they would probably really enjoy it. I ended up getting me like one of them, I guess one of them, them new wallets they got out now where you hold all your cards and stuff in, you collect your money, and you can get it out as you need it. Holds up to like 12 cards. But it was made out of wood, right? And so they had in the wood, it was ingrained my favorite team, my favorite college team. So I ended up getting like a UK little wallet thing. So I needed a new wallet. My old leather wallet it needed to be retired, right? Okay, so I had to retire that bad boy. So when I was telling about it, I was looking to get one. So I ended up going ahead and make the purchase. Normally it's like $140 thing. I ended up getting it for like $40. So, it is what it is. But that was my weekend. I mean, Sunday I pretty much chilled out. I ended up, grilling, firing the grill up, throwing some chicken, some ribs, and some little chicken legs, some brats, and some hamburger on the grill, and of course, cook some macaroni and cheese, and I definitely need to have a vegetable, so I made some green beans, and we was good, and had some roast and rolls. So we was good. We was good. So I did that. But later that evening, I had a couple fantasy drafts that I had to do. And one of the most important drafts that I had yesterday was the Basement Fantasy Football League draft, right? So we had that yesterday. It was a success. I did live stream. For those who didn't get to see, you can always check on my page and check it out if you want to. It's up to you. But I did live stream it, and I co-live stream it with my man E Black. So he's one of my victims in the league, along with Tez and Mr. Logic and Quest, and a couple people that I know personally that's in the league as well. And they're all going to be my victims. I plan on going undefeated in my league. I'm just gonna let them guys know right now. So when y'all watch the replay of it, the playback guys, because I know y'all may be still celebrating Labor Day, and that's cool. I'm gonna whoop every one of the last of you guys' ass. Now, if you want to put a little change on the side, we could do that. We could talk. You can inbox me. You can hit me on the DMs on my IG, or you can email me. Y'all guys know how to get at me. And we could put a little side money on the game and do what you want to. We can do that. I ain't got no problem with that at all because it's all part of fun. But it was the first annual Basement League fantasy football draft. It was a success. Got a little discouraged. I ain't gonna lie, because I wanted to get 10 people in there, and we only end up with 8. So what I ended up doing was lowering the price on the entry fee to $50 and making it just winner take all. Right? I made it winner take all, and that's how we end up doing it. But guess what, guys? It was a success. We had some guys in there that signed up and to play. So we at least have 8 guys. And of course, when you got eight, well, I'm gonna say guys because there's a young lady in there. So we got 8 individuals. So when you got 8 people, everybody's gonna have a decent team. Not everybody's gonna be now. You can't have a bad team. You just don't know how to draft. So one of the guys who do have a bad team is E Black. E Black team sucks ass. I'm gonna let you know right now, his team sucks ass. We are gonna go over the roster right this very moment. Guys, and I see some people talking about they want to talk about prime. Please believe prime time is going to be the main, most important topic. But you know, some thumb I had to put college because I got to cover everybody, right? I'm root for prime. I know a lot of you guys out there rooting for prime for whatever reason. I'm rooting for prime too, but I got to talk about some other sports and I got to talk about other teams. So we got to give them their props, right? So one of the things, as far as the Basement Fantasy League, it's the typical rules. There's nothing really special as far as rules, just like any other team. But we're gonna go with E Black because to me, now I got E Black's grade. We're gonna look over his grade. First thing first, let's do that first, right? We're gonna do that first. We're gonna look at the grades that that was given to us by Yahoo, because that's what we were up under. We're under Yahoo. So these are the grades that everybody got, right? Now I look, I'm not gonna try to defend I know why mine's low because I didn't draft a defense and a kicker. I never do. That's my strategy. I use it every league. I usually go back and later on down, right before the season starts, and I pick up one because if you don't get the top 3 or 4 defense, you waste your time. Same as a kicker. There's about 2 or 3 good kickers. The rest of them, they pretty much the same. They're gonna score you about the same points every week. But nonetheless, I don't prioritize defense high because to me they don't score enough points. They cost me more points than they give me most of the time in defense. So that's a little strategy I'm giving from me to you, from Inc. to the Basement Dwellers. But here's the grades that was received. So the league draft grades. So Coach Nichols, one of the guys I know, he got an A+. Mr. Logic got an A+. My man Tez, he's got a B. I got a C. His story, I don't know who that is. Got a C. Ilkan Ali got a C-. E Black's team is called Sucker Free Soldiers, and he got a D-. Pimptress, she got a D-. So these are the grades that was received via Yahoo, based on their opinion, right? That's based on their opinion. Now, look, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I in another league, I like last year, I got a C as a grade, but guess what? I ended up winning that league. They gave me a C, but I ended up winning the league. I get a C every year. You know why? Because I don't pick a kick on the defense. I don't draft a kick in the defense. I pick them later. Now, the rest of my team looks good. I just don't draft a kick on the defense. Now, guys, what I'm about to do, I'm about to go over the roster, and it's gonna take long. We're gonna be on this fantasy thing real long today. I just wanted to talk about the fantasy, the Basement Fantasy League. I have to because it's part of the show, baby. It's part of the show. But I'm gonna give you a brief scenario, a brief rundown of my team personally. And Wednesday, I'm not gonna have what you consider the normal Wednesday show. I will be having a fantasy football special show because season's on Thursday. It starts Thursday. So we definitely got to get into it. Unfortunately, my man Chris Allen couldn't come today and do it today because he had previous allegations, but he did agree to do it on Wednesday. So we're gonna do it on Wednesday. So guys who's probably looking for something different other than sports on Wednesday, I apologize. We'll be business as usual the following week. I promise you that we will get back to normal. But this Wednesday is an exception because the NFL season starts, and we all know and we all love the NFL football game, right? So it is what it is. But here is my roster currently as it sits. So I'm going to be starting Justin Fields, my personal quarterback with the Chicago Bears, Jamar Chase, Calvin Ridley, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert, and DJ Moore is my receivers, is my starting lineup pretty much. Currently, as we sit, I have an empty spot for kicker and an empty spot for defense. But I will be going in there and finding me a defense. But let me name the rest of my roster that is on my bench. I got Damian Pierce, Mike Williams, Isaiah Pacheco, Gabe Davis, Alvin Kamara, Elijah Moore, Kenneth Greenwell, Jared Goff, Jalen Warren, and Rashad Bateman. So that is my roster for the Basement Fantasy Football League. That is my roster. I'm not going to name off these other guys' rosters because they're not worth naming off. Because I told you, I'm a victimizer. I'm going to beat them down. I'm sorry. They not going to stand a chance. Now, I'm putting this on tape right now. I'm letting it be known I'm going to kick their asses. And I said something about it last night on a little fantasy special we did. I told Tez and he like, I'm going to kick your ass. Now, I don't know if the other guys got to hear it, but let them know. When I see him come across that path, I'll let them know that ass is mine in fantasy football. They don't stand a goddamn chance. So I appreciate you donations. I will write you a receipt, and so you can write it off on your goddamn taxes. That's my plan. Nonetheless, it's how it is. But week 1 matchups. So I'm gonna let y'all know now. We're gonna talk about this every Monday. Regardless if I win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna speak on it. No shame. I know I said I will go undefeated, but there's a chance I could get beat, and I will talk about it. I'm not gonna feel bad. Just like if my team gets beat, we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about how bad my team sucked, but I'm also gonna talk about how good my team was. But we definitely gonna talk about that tonight. So with week 1 matchup, it will be me and Logic head to head. That's who I fight. That's who I play week 1. The Mr. Logic Dogs. Shout out to him. But he's gonna get his ass kicked. Now the reason I call the ball, he's a Georgia fan, right? He's a fan of Georgia. He's an Atlanta guy, born and raised. So it is what it is. That's what his team's name is. So be it. And I'm gonna beat him like a dog in the street. WP34 is the name of my team. The reason why my team is named WP34, my favorite player is Walter Payton. His number is 34. So that's the reason. That's the story behind my team. His story versus Pinterest. Tez versus E Black. Now they was talking some shit back and forth. It ought to be a good game. Looking forward to seeing my man Coach Nichols versus Ilkan Ali's team. So good luck to everybody but my opponent. That's all I'm gonna say about that one. Good luck to everybody but my damn opponent. So before we get to football, I want to express my disappointment in Team USA and in the World Games. And they look like shit. So Sunday morning, before I got out there on the grill, I was watching ESPN 2, I believe is what it was. And so I've seen the last 2 quarters of the World Games. And we look like trash. Now, I'm not going to be as hard on it as I probably could or should be, because I realize this ain't going to be the world team that's going to be representing the Olympics, right? Because some of the guys on the world team will be there. Some guys won't because of previous obligations. Other guys got something going on. They just couldn't do what they had to do. So, we know this ain't going to probably more than likely be the team to represent the United States. So I can't be too harsh on them. But the way that they looked and they played, it was very disappointing. It was very disappointing, and they looked like they really didn't care. Now, we all heard it before. We all heard that before, and that's why they had that team called the Redemption Team, where pretty much the team was the same. Only thing was different was a man with fire, and that's the late great Kobe Bryant. They brought him to the team, and I can't think of the other player they had on the team. But looking at this team, I know these ain't gonna be the ones. I'm Bobby Portis. Why is he on the team? I don't know. He brings nothing. I'm not a fan of Jared Jackson. To me, he's not that good. He's overrated. I'm sorry. Miles Bridges. Why is he on the team? I don't know. He's overrated. Ingram, he's okay. I question why he's on the team. So, guys, I do agree on Edwards. I think he's a dog. I like him on the team. Who else I remember seeing on that roster? Damn, I can't think. What's going on, Miss Reed? How you doing, ma'am? Glad to see you here in the basement with me. I can't think of the other guy I remember seeing on the team that was I thought was kind of questionable being on the team. But nonetheless, Lithuania ended up beating them. I think ended up winning by 10 or maybe 12 was the final score for the final margin for the game. Again, like I said, yeah, but Amar, he was on the team that came in third too. So he was on the team that finished third place. So I think the really big difference player was Kobe, and it was another guy I can't think of, but it wasn't LeBron. LeBron was already on the team. And so was Carmelo Anthony. He was one of the ones that was on the team that they end up finishing third. Hey, Miss G, it's been a while. Where you been at? I hope everything's good with you. Nonetheless, man, it was really disappointed. It was really disappointed, and I expected more from him. But like I said, some of these guys won't be on the Olympic team. Thank goodness. And I hope some of the ones I just named, Jared Jackson, Miles Bridges, Bobby Portis, those three guys should not be on the Olympic team. They should not be on this world team, really, on the World Cup games team. They should be representing USA. They are not good. They're terrible. They are terrible. Especially Bobby Portis. His ass too goddamn old. But that's a whole different story. Nonetheless, I'm looking forward to seeing the whole team and representing the United States in the Olympics. And we'll see how that goes. So 2024 is the next Summer Olympics. So we'll see how that goes. She said, great first week of football. Yes, it was, ma'am. And we're definitely going to talk about it. We definitely going to talk. Sweet. Please let me know who your team was. Who your team was in as far as college football. I was just saying, all is well. I had to hang out with my two favorite people. I know that's right. I don't know about two. I think it only should be one, but I think I really get what you're saying. I think I get it. But I better stop before I get in trouble. Oh, man, that's funny. But nonetheless, man, Lithuania, congratulations to you guys for winning. You did what you're supposed to do. You went 5-0. You beat everybody in our bracket. USA is 4-1. It is what it is. But nonetheless, very disappointing. Very disappointing. So, like Miss Reed said, it was a great first week of football, right? Great. What is going on here? What is going? Look here. I'm a Buckeye. I don't know what is it something about Hank's channel Well, I got a lot of Buckeye fans over here. What is going on? Are y'all just everywhere? Is that what it is? Buckeye just taking over the whole world? I mean, I think at least about 3 people I know talking about they Buckeyes. I think most motivation is a Buckeye. Miss Reed, you a Buckeye? What is going on here? Buckeyes just everywhere. But look, hey, I can't hold you guys. They always produce a good team every year. So shout out to them. They did win. They did win. Now you gotta realize who they played now. They didn't they played a juggernaut. But they did what they supposed to do, right? They went out there first game and they won. That's what they did. I know that's right. She said I grew up down in the streets from the shoe. Grew up down the street from the horseshoe. I know that's right. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Excuse me. But speaking of first week, we definitely gonna talk about Deion, because Deion is the main thing of college football that I really want to talk about. But first things first, let me get this out of the way. Congratulations to the Kentucky Wildcats, because we also won the first game of the season. We ended up beating our team 44-14. So we ended up beating them by like 30 plus points, cover the spread and everything. So shout out to the Wildcats. Shout out to weak ass Louisville. They end up going down to Atlanta and beating Georgia Tech, which Georgia Tech sucks because they are ACC team. But nonetheless, they did win, so I got to give them the props. So shout out to them. But I was really impressed with the way my team's defense looked. Normally we get off to a slow start. Our defense doesn't always look good first game of the season, but I was really impressed on how they play. I really was, and I was happy for them guys. They look good. They play impressive. They did what they needed to do. Offense, it looked like we got some work, but we're coming along. They missed a few calls. I believe we could have probably had a couple defensive touchdowns. They blow the whistle too early to stop the play. When they ruled the guy was down and said it wasn't a fumble, and when it obviously was, but they probably should have let the situation play out. Most of the time, that's what they're supposed to do. Normally, that's what they do. I don't know why Saturday they didn't do it, but that wasn't the case. But nonetheless, we won. We end up still scoring on that same drive. But you never know even if it was a different team, that could have been a real big game in that situation coming about, and you costing the team a touchdown. Yeah, that's not good. So hopefully the refs work out the little kinks that they need to do to work out, right? Hopefully they do that. Another game I got to watch. Well, I was starting to watch the Texas A&M game. I'm not impressed with Texas A&M. I'm really not at all. I was watching another game that started to get out of hand real fast, and that was the Georgia game. Yeah. Georgia looks like Georgia's supposed to look as a defending champs. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with out of the East in the SEC. I don't see nobody beat them. Not in the SEC East for sure. Now, when it comes to the SEC championship game, you might have an argument. Because Alabama's still going to be Alabama. I hope LSU can bounce back like they did last season after they lost to Florida State again, because the second time they lost to Florida State in the first game season. And this time it wasn't even close. Last year they should have won. The guy off the punt and the costing ball, and Florida State ended up scoring and taking the lead and win. This year Florida State just curb stomped LSU, and it wasn't even close, man. And again, I picked LSU plus the points. I'm glad I ain't put no change on it, because that would have been bad. Ugh. So my LSU people, y'all know who y'all are. Your team's sorry looking right now. Who's to say down the road they can turn around? They can ride the ship and get better. They can. It's possible, because they did it last season. Shout out to Brian Kelly for doing that. But what I seen in the first game, I wasn't impressed. And if you want to be in the top 4 to make the playoffs, you got to beat teams like Florida State. You have to. You have to. So it is what it is. As Free said, Georgia looked solid. Yes, they did, man. Yes, they did. Hey, they was a man. Georgia looked like the team that's going to be playing for the national championship again. That's what they look. They look like the team going to be playing for the national championship again, and they just waiting on the opponent. That's what Georgia looked like. That's what they look like. They what was that saying? We don't rebuild, we reload, and that's exactly what they did. Now, I'm a big fan to Alabama. Alabama looked good, and I like that quarterback. That dude's built like a goddamn tank out there too, man. He looks stout, dude. He don't look like a damn quarterback. He look like built like a running back or safety or something. But he's out there playing quarterback. Now, they had some old play where he fumbled, bobbled the ball, had to pick it up, still picked up, still made the play. Shout out to him. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Unfortunately, my Kentucky Wildcats going to get the opportunity to play him this year, and it's not going to be nice. We also got to play Georgia. I think we played Georgia the last SEC game of the season. So, hey, it's a tough haul for my local team here, boy. It's a tough haul, but it is what it is. If you want to compete, you got to be able to compete with the big boys. But nonetheless, those are a couple good teams I could see making a push for the college football championship game, and especially winning our outright conference. But I don't know. It's gonna be the Big Ten is kind of hard, man, because I know Michigan is favored to win it. But like I said, Ohio State looked good. Michigan looked good. Nebraska, we know it's not going to be a factor, and really this is their last year, I think, in that conference. So I think Nebraska's moving. I don't know, man. So many goddamn teams moving. It's confusing to me. But really, we all know it's LSU. I mean, it's Ohio State and Michigan. It's going to be the team that's going to represent their side. And whoever's on the other side, it really doesn't matter. Because the winner between the Michigan game and Ohio State game will win the Big Ten. I don't care what opponent they put out there. Last year, I think it was Purdue. And Purdue got the damn ass handed to them by Michigan. It wasn't even close. So, I don't think it really matters. It really doesn't. Whoever's going to win the Big Ten, as far as between Ohio State and Michigan, is going to win the Big Ten outright. Everybody else just playing for second. That's it. I wouldn't mind seeing them adjust it and putting them on two different sides and let them play in the championship game. But, it is what it is. I don't know how they set the alignment up for that. They did what they needed to do. My man said next year, Big Ten is going to be tough with USC and UCLA. This is correct. This is correct. My girl, Miss Reed, said facts. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. People just got to admit, I know you got other Big Ten teams. They feel like they can compete, like the Minnesotas, Purdue, the Indiana, the Michigan States. Hogwash. Guys, I'm just going to be honest with you. Y'all playing for second. Y'all playing for second, and that's all y'all playing for. And more than likely, that's all y'all will be playing for. Because traditionally, they have the tradition. They produce every year. They have very little to no tolerance for losing. If you're losing, you're not producing, they will get you up out of here. Alumni or not, they do not care. You will have to go. And we're going to get a coach in who's going to get us what we're looking for, wins, and compete for the Big Ten and or the championship. And that's the way it is. These schools realize football's king. I know you guys may be baseball fans. I know you guys may be basketball fans. I know y'all may be tennis, field hockey, baseball, whatever other sports you want to name. Football's king. Football moves the needle. Football pays the bills. Some of you schools wouldn't be what y'all are without a football team. You wouldn't. Just wouldn't. So them nice facilities you're going to be taking your young daughters and sons to here in the near future, maybe your grandbabies and all that was built off not taxpayer dollars, athletic dollars. And if y'all got a top-notch football team, they was built by them. So you need to go out to find every football player and every coach, and you say, shake their hand, say thank you for what you have done to help build this campus, to help build this program, to help build it to school to where it is. Because it wouldn't be that without the support of this football team. It is what it is. Yeah. Look at it. You always got some knucklehead. This is some bullshit, y'all. This dude is full of shit. Do not take this dude serious at all because he keeps. Ron, I love you, my brother. I'm going to say that first. I love you, my brother. But you're not going to keep doing this. Now, you told me you had one team. You told me you had one team. You're going to ride with your team. And Florida State wasn't your team. That ain't the team you told me you root for. But now you're going to ride with them because they won against LSU. Okay. I see what we're doing here, bro. You're going to just represent the whole state of Florida. For the Gators, the Hurricanes, Florida Atlantic, all that other shit. You're going to represent all that. Well, I got you. I told you. Hey, bullshit, you didn't tell me nothing. I don't know where it is. I don't hear it, Ron. Ron, what you saying? Are you betting against us? Then we'll talk. We'll talk. The link's in the chat. You more than welcome to come up and break bread with me. You know you're always welcome. But back to my talking about these football programs in these schools. Yes, guys, unfortunately, it is what it is. I know y'all want something different. Y'all expect different. Y'all expect more. But these football programs build these programs, build these schools the way they are. And if it wasn't for the football program, who generate more money than any other program on campus, your campus probably wouldn't look the way it looks. So when you hear about them getting them IL deals and them NIL deals, yes, they deserve everything. Even before the NIL, they deserve everything here. So when we was getting, I'm good. They can't affect me no more. Even though I was getting extra benefits, we deserve it. We deserve it. We're going out there 13 games a season playing. We deserve everything we get. And all these young men who are doing it now deserve everything they get. Everything. I mean, everything they get, they deserve. Why? Because they putting themselves on the line, their health, their well-being, and sometimes their lives. We've seen it. We seen it last year in that Buffalo game. That man put his life on the line playing a game he loves. And they do this. And guess what? Who gets all that money? Everybody in that university benefits. Professors get paid. Teachers get paid. Custodians get paid. The lunch workers get paid. Everybody. The presidents get paid. Yes, everybody hand in the pot. So why not some of them players getting their hands in the pot? Why don't they deserve extra? I think they do. And now they're getting the benefits. And people say, oh, well, they get a scholarship. The hell with their scholarship. I deserve more. They deserve more. So give them everything they're entitled to. Ron said the Chicago Bears for the win. Right on. Okay, I thought we was going to have a bet. You safe with that one. You safe with that one, Ron. Travel One said, just checking in. Guys, I don't know what to say. My buddy Travel One. Now, I didn't watch no tennis match. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I did see a clip where my girl Coco was arguing and debating and getting in the ref's ass about how she making calls. So shout out to that young lady for correcting that ref in a respectful manner way she did. She could have got out of rate. She could have been irate and been belligerent and got out of character and had some form of discipline, but she didn't do that. She handled it in a professional manner. So shout out to that young lady for doing such, right? Shout out to her. Ron, what'd you say? Are you going to a show on Friday for the Chiefs game? Chiefs don't play Friday. What are you talking about? What you talking about, Ron? You mean Thursday? They play Thursday. Am I going to do a show? No, look, Ron, I don't like to do too much. I try to dedicate my time on my shows, on my days. I do. After, Brother Ron, I ain't gonna lie. I got there working 6:30 in the morning. Your boy gonna be up under the bed. I'll make it all the way up to probably about third quarter, maybe the beginning of the fourth. And if it's going too late, yeah, I ain't gonna make no after. I definitely ain't gonna be able to do after show. So no, I will not be doing an after show. But we will be here on Monday, next Monday weekend, all the action to happen on Thursday as well as Sunday. We definitely gonna do it. So come on over to the base. We're gonna talk about how bad the Dolphins got beat and how bad the Pittsburgh Steelers beat San Francisco 49ers. I got to cover all 30 teams in the NFL because I know you like all 38, all 30 of them, right? So whichever team you like today, we're going to talk about. All right? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I know you'll be there, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support, brother. Right on to you. But nonetheless, these young men deserve everything they get. They really do. So with that being said, let's talk about Prime. So Deion is the new coach at the Colorado Buffaloes, right? He's new coach there. Inherited a team that went 1-11, I believe, last season. Team wasn't no good, right? And we all seen the video, right? Where he came in, had I'm gonna say a press conference, but he gathered all the players from the Colorado Buffalo team currently, and he let them know, guys, it's a new era, new coach, new everything, and he's coming with dogs. He's bringing some dogs with him. He's bringing his own baggage and packages. He's bringing Louis, and they coming. So he already told him, I advise some of you guys to get in the portal and to make moves and get up out of here because y'all will not make it. He told y'all his son will be the starting quarterback. I don't care what y'all think y'all got here. Y'all not better than my boy. Now look here, I'm all for nepotism. I'm telling you right now, I'm all for nepotism. Look, because let me tell you this. When I take over the world, I sound like it was that little cartoon. What was that cartoon? That mouse talking about he going to take over the world. Hey, man, I'm having a flashback of my childhood. I'm sorry. When I take over the world, and as blacks, we take over the world again. Wishful thinking, right? My son's going to be the next man in charge. That's who's supposed to be. I raised him to be in charge of whatever he's supposed to be in charge of. Pink in the brain. Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Reed. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. It was really out of my era, but I caught myself watching because my daughter was watching it. So it's really out of my era. But nonetheless, when we take over the world, I'm going to pass it down to my son. I expect him to take the charge and lead it all far as he can. And when his son comes up, he's going to raise his son, and I'm going to help raise his son to be the next leader after my son is dead and gone, right? And we're going to keep this thing going like everybody else done before us, right? I mean, Mr. Charlie can do it. Why can't we? Right on? Okay. So nonetheless, that's a plan. I don't have a problem with nepotism. I understand. We've seen it happen all the time. I agree with it, because there's gonna be a time when my son gonna do the same thing. I promise you. I promise you that. So, with that being said, he take care of his son as he's supposed to. As a father, that's his job to do that. He did what he had to do. He got his daughter over playing for Colorado, got his other son playing for Colorado, got his other son as a videographer and camera guy for the team. Take care of family. You're supposed to do that. Keep it in the family. Let's all eat. Let's all get paid. I ain't got no problem with that. None at all. Salute to Coach Prime. Salute to Coach Deion. Salute to that brother. He's supposed to do that, right? So, yeah, I'm bringing my son with me. He's going to be the starting quarterback. And let me tell you, did y'all see the game? Did y'all see why he said what he said? 510 yards, 4 touchdowns. Huh? Did you see the game? Did you see why he said it? Yes, you did. Now, if you watch the game, you understand why he said what he said. He understand why last year quarterback ain't going to be this year quarterback. Why? Because my son is going to be that guy, and he going to get in there and do his thing. And guess what he did? 510 yards. Huh? 4 touchdowns. Yeah. So let's preface this. I want to show a couple of videos that I've seen out there. And it's kind of funny, the disrespect. Because please believe me, even some of us, and when I say us, I mean it real loosely, some of people look like us had a problem when that man left Jackson State to come to Colorado. Why he want to go to that white school? Why he want to do that? He's supposed to be about building a coach. Look here, man. That man told you when he got there, when a big time school comes out, he want like he out. He turned the whole culture around at Jackson State. He did what he should have did in 3 years. Less time than y'all expected. He did that. Brought it to a national prominence at Jackson. Wasn't nobody talking about Jackson State. Wasn't nobody talking about going to Jackson State, attending the game. None of it. Alumni wasn't even doing it. Enrollment was down. Guess what he did? Got enrollment up. Made them relevant. Brought stars, movie stars, actors, performers, former athletes, alumni, all bringing them all back. They there in Jackson State. They selling out games. They on TV, primetime game. Why? Because of Deion. He did all of that for that university. He brought money back to the state of Mississippi. He brought money to the city of Jackson. So why y'all gonna fault that man when y'all barely was paying him? Matter of fact, some of his money went towards building up the facility. But guess what? Y'all was shitting on that man. Y'all gave that man hell. Why would you want to go to white school? Why don't you go to the black school? Why don't you do that? No. Who are y'all to tell that man what to do with his money and how much money he should be making and getting and how well he should spend it on and how well he should move as far as his career? Nobody has a right. So I understand when he did what he did. Listen, let's read what you got to say. His son said, I ain't scared of the name of the Power 5. I know that's right. I know that's right. His son said, I ain't scared of names or Power 5. As you shouldn't. As you shouldn't. So, we had our own people shitting on Deion. We had other people shitting on Deion. We had them, Mr. Charles and Miss Karens shitting on Deion. Everybody was shitting on Deion. Thought it was funny. Thought it was a joke. Didn't think that man was going to be successful. Didn't think that man was going to do what he did. But you know what that man did? He spoke confidence in them young black men. Let me say this. He spoke confidence in all them young men in that locker room. I ain't going to just put it on one side. He spoke confidence in all them young men in that locker room. Told them they can do what they can do. Told them they can win. We're going to win. We're working hard to win. We're building up to win. We're not building here to be a goddamn doormat. Them days are long gone. We're not nobody's doormat anymore. They're going to talk about us. And when they talk about us, they're going to talk about us in a respectful manner. They're going to hold us to a high status. And we're going to be a team to talk about. Now, only thing I need for you guys to do is go out there and prove it. Can't just be all talk, right? Talk is cheap. Where I'm from, that's what we say. Talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than any goddamn words. Action. Prove it with your actions. not your mouth, your actions. It tells every goddamn thing, right? And so that's what he spoke into them young men. Every last one of them young men on the squad, that's what he spoke in. And guess what? He had to tell the coaches, coach that this is what we doing. This is what we about. This is our business. Let's go out here and take care of it. And if you're not about taking care of your business, you can hit the door with a lower split you. Huh? Told them, hit the goddamn door. Get out. You're not a believer, as he said, huh? He said, you're not a believer. Okay. Let's look at some non-believers, right? Let's look at some film of these non-believers, right? Let's see what they got to say.
I don't think you've got to have unity whatsoever, Sanders said. You have to have good players.
Hey, keep it a beat, Brian. Hey.
They are going to get killed by TCU.
Yeah, they are.
Ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun. Ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun. So these are a couple guys that was yucking it up, laughing. Now look, that quote, what he said, you ain't got to have you. That's true. I know y'all hear me all the time references to my days at Murray State and all that, but that's my experience. We had some guys that could get along for shit. I was talking on another show. A guy that was the parents racist, and they had racist ways too. But they get along with us because I guess they consider us a different type black person. We not like the ones I heard acting the fool. They look at those as different than the ones that was on the team. And I had teammates like couldn't get along with them. But guess what? We all had one common goal. We wanted to win. Regardless of whatever our background is, whether it's a financial background, ethical background, our sexual preference, whatever the case may be, didn't matter. We had one damn goal, and that was to win. And as long as we could play on that same goal, we can be together. We can be together for them 40 minutes that we playing on that field. When we get off the field, we can like, man, go to hell. You ain't shit. And cuss each other, call each other, whatever. But come Saturday, we're going to unite like a fist. After the game, we're going to be open like a hand. But we're going to be united like a fist on game day because we all know that common goal to win. And that's what it was about. So to say, oh, we got to have, that's not necessarily true. It's all about the players. You have to have the Jimmy and the Joes. More than likely, the guys with the better Jimmy and Joes are going to beat the other team. Guys with the Jimmy and Joes is a lot easier to coach when you have to coach a team compared to the guys who are not as good. It's not easier. It's less you got to do. It's less stress. Less you got to, you don't have to work as hard because they understand. If I could get this athletic guy who knows how to play the game compared to a guy who knows how to play a game, he got a good heart, but just is not good enough. Well, more than likely, I'm going to win with these athletic players, over these other guys. Now, there are exceptions, all right? There's exceptions to everything. There are exceptions where, talent, heart over talent. We've seen that many times. But you get a guy with a lot of heart and talent, you got something. So, again, no, you got to have the players. I got to have some dogs to put on the field. And that's what Deion Witten got. The transfer portal. He used that to the fullest. Look, y'all made it legal. Y'all made it okay. Y'all made it pretty much like a free agency. I'm going to take advantage of it. And guess what Deion did? He took advantage of it. So, these same guys are laughing, yucking it up, joking. Yeah, how fun is it now? Deion told you. He found one of the reporters. How fun is it now? So let's watch this clip.
What's up, boss? You believe that? Hold on. Oh, no. Do you believe in that? Huh? Oh, no. I read through that bull junk you wrote down. I read through that. I sifted through all that. Yeah. Oh, no. Come on. Do you believe?
Hey, man, straight up, I ask you, do you believe? I read the story, what you saying. I read the article. I seen the clippings. I seen the videos. I heard you laughing. I heard you talking. Snicking. Ah, yeah, man. I heard all that. I read all the news. I hung it up. I wanted my players to read it. I shared it with them. I emailed it to them. I hit them up on IG, on Twitter, on TikTok. Yeah, all the social media. I hit them up. I remind them on a daily basis. This is what they think about you. Shout out to Ice Cube. Here's what they think about you. Boy, y'all don't know about that no Vaseline. Y'all don't know about that. I'm showing my age for sure. That's what he said. Recruiting just gets easier after this weekend. I know that's right. Miss Reed is on it. Miss Reed, come on up. You look like sound like you know a lot about the game. I can enjoy having a conversation with an individual like that. I tell you that. Come on up. You're more than welcome, man. Guys, I did put the link in the chat. I pinned it up to the top, but I did put it here so in case anybody do want to come up. Let's chop it up. Let's have a conversation. But let's continue to talk about this Deion thing. They gave that man shit. But guess what that man do? That man hung up the mirror and showed them the reflections of who they really are. So let's watch this one more clip. Then we're going to talk more about it. We're going to watch this one more clip, guys. Last one, guys. I promise you, last one.
Shador broke a single.
For real? Shador Sanders from a HBCU?
Absolutely.
The one that played at Jackson last year?
The one that played at Jackson State last
The one that you asked me, why would I give him the starting job? But like that, no, not you. I got receipts. I know who they are. We're gonna continuously be questioned because we do things that have never been done. That's the way our life has presented itself. We do things that have never been done, and that makes people uncomfortable. When you see a confident black man sitting up here talking his talk, walking his walk, coaching 75% African Americans in the locker room, that's kind of threatening. Oh, they don't like that. But guess what? We're going to consistently do what we do because I'm here and ain't going nowhere. And I'm about to get comfortable in a minute. And just what we accomplished out there today, ain't none of y'all believe that. Maybe a couple of y'all that knew me and know how I get down. They know I'm a winner. We're going to end up winning. Ain't none of y'all thought you was going to be sitting up here. You supposed to be on the other side, interviewing that or coming and asking me, well, what happened? You said this and you said that. Yeah? Now what? Now what? Everybody quiet now. Now what? What's up, boss? You believe now? You hold on. Oh no. Do you believe that? Huh? Oh no. I read through that bull junk you wrote down. I read through that. I sifted through all that. Yeah. Oh no. Come on. Do you believe? You don't believe. You just answered it. You don't believe. Next question.
Yes. Shout out to my boy Deion talking his shit. Boy. Let me say this. They praying for a black man's downfall right there. They praying for that black man's downfall. They don't want to see that man successful. Because just like he said, a black man talking with confidence, with a certain swagger, head held up high, beating his chest, talking his shit, and then backing it up. Oh, that shit don't sit well. Yeah, that shit don't sit well with the high-ups. They look at this man as a goddamn threat. And guess what? As well they should. Deion, destroy the establishment. Destroy the establishment. Ruin them. Hurt their feelings, Coach Deion. This is what I want to see. I'm cheering for that brother. I'm cheering for that brother because I want to see that man be successful. I want to see him be successful at Jackson State, and I want to see him be successful at Colorado. Seeing this brother do this is going to help other young brothers, help other men that look like me and him do what they need to do. Be successful on the highest plane. Doesn't matter of the location. We know, hey, we know the state of Colorado is not a high population amongst blacks, right? And that's cool. Doesn't mean we can't go in there and put our flag in the pavement. Don't mean we can't put our stake and our stamp on the situation. I hope this black man does everything he says he's gonna do. And in the meantime, between time while he's doing that, prove every last one of you doubters wrong. Whether you doubters of the Mr. Charlies and Karens, or you the ones that supposedly look like us, and you ain't nothing but a real goddamn Oreo cookie. So for those who don't know, Oreo cookies means you black on the outside but white on the inside. That's what I'm talking about. Proof every last one of them wrong. I'm rooting for this brother. I want this brother to win everything, all the way to a national championship. So be it. Let's bust up the establishment. Let's create a new narrative, brother. Let's do that. I want to see that happen, and I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. I know that brother gonna do it. I know he's gonna do it. He's got my support. I promise you that. I'm gonna have to go out there and order me a Colorado Buffalo shirt. So if y'all see me in the basement with one of them Coach Prime shirts, y'all know why. I'm supporting that man and all he does. Shout out to that guy, man. So, hey, I encourage every brother and sister, go out there and watch. Even if you don't like football, watch a game. Give your support. You ain't got to go out to spend no money to watch a game. Ain't nobody tell you go buy a ticket and go to the game. No, I ain't going to tell you to do that. But if you get an opportunity to watch them on TV, support them. Cheer them on. Root for them. If you can't afford to go buy a shirt, buy one. A hat, buy one. A mug, buy one. A flag, buy one. Support that man. If you get an opportunity to go to a game and you live in the state of Colorado or close by, or if they play one of the schools that's in your area, go. Support this man. That means you in a sea of a lion's den, and you got all these opposing teams around you. You support your man. Support that man. Give him your support. Look, I want to shout out Black Man Unfiltered. I seen he had a video. He went to the TCU game. He's up in that area. Shout out to you, Black Man Unfiltered, for doing that. Support Dion. Shout out to you for doing that. If that man comes in anywhere in my area, I'm going to get there. Tickets available, I'm going to get there. I'm going to support that man. Oh, shit. Hopefully I wasn't on mute the whole time. I'm going to support that man. That man going to get my support. I promise you that. Why? Because he deserves it. That man's doing God's work, doing what he's doing out there in the state of Colorado. Shout out to that man, for doing what he's doing, man. I hope that man wins every game he plays. I hope he wins every game he plays, man. Real quick, I'm going to pull up the schedule so I can kind of see who they do play in the next few days. I do remember seeing, I think it was Colorado State. I think it's like the next game day. That was on a schedule. So Colorado Buffalo schedule. So the next game they play is against Nebraska. And then they have Colorado State after that game. Oregon, they play Oregon on the 23rd. USC, Stanford, Arizona State. They got a tough schedule, guys. They got a real tough schedule. It's not gonna be easy. Now, unfortunately, ain't none of these schools on their schedules in my area, but it is what it is. But hey, I projected them to win 7 games. I didn't think they would win the first game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit there and say I did. I knew TCU was going to be a good team. They had a lot of good returning players. But yeah, let's reset Nebraska. So you gonna go to the Nebraska game, or would you tell me who they play next? I think it's probably what you're doing. It's probably let me know who they play next. Yeah, that's who they play next. Nebraska on the 9th. I will be watching that game. That's at Colorado. They also play after that game. They play Colorado State, which is a big rivalry for them. So that should be a good game. But it looks like the rest of the games are all conference games from here on out. So I guess they got 2 out of conference games and the rest conference games. So that's the way the Pac-10. Because the thing about the Pac-10, everybody plays every team in the Pac-10, so they can, they name a true champion. Early Line 101 said, shout out to Minnesota for beating Nebraska. Roll the boat. I know that's right. Yeah, they did. But neither one of them teams look good at all. I ain't gonna lie. They both look bad. That was an ugly game. But Nebraska got a long way to go. I think they made a good hire with my man, because he was very successful at Baylor, very successful at Rutgers. His NFL was successful, but his college is successful. So I think Nebraska made a good hire. The only thing about Nebraska, they're living in the past, right? They're definitely living in the past. And so with that being said, with living in the past, you got to realize what you have and what you don't have. And we're not going back to the late 90s anymore. And those days are gone, and they need to move on. Just like Tennessee. Tennessee is another team that's pretty much living in the past. You got to adjust. Nobody's just going to fear you just because there's a name on your jersey. Them days are long gone. Everybody got good players. Everybody got good players. So, we got these brothers like this come with that hate. He mad because the Ravens ain't going to be shit this season. But we're not going to keep speaking on that. A man said, I think Nebraska win this weekend. Okay, I don't know who Nebraska plays this weekend, but we'll see. We will see. Let's see who Nebraska plays this weekend. Nebraska plays against well, shit, they should win. God damn, they played the Northern Illinois, the Huskies. Then after that, they play Louisiana Tech. Okay, so that's their 2 out of conference games back to back to back. Yeah, they should. So looking at their schedule, you thinking that Prime gonna lose to Nebraska? Is that what you're saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, right now, Coach Prime got them boys playing. They on the high. They're on the high now. The unfortunate thing is something like this can happen. You be so high, so caught up because you beat a good team, and then, just take a team like Nebraska lightly and mess around and lose. I don't think Deion was going to allow his young men to do that. But it's possible. It's possible. So, yeah, you got to watch those. You got to watch those type games. So, hard schedule. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, again, I'm projecting Colorado to win 7 games this year. That is my projection. Looking at their schedule, that's what I projected. But with that being said, one of the 5 losses I had them picked was against TCU. So they can mess around and go 8-4. Who knows? Who knows? You never know. I hope they can. That'll put them in a nice, comfortable bowl game. And that'll really help them out because they're going to end up they're going back to the Big Ten after this season. So that's what they got projected for them. So I mean, shit, not the Big Ten. They're going back to the Big 12. They're already in the Big 10 currently. They in a pack. They're in a pack. Yeah, they're in the pack. So they're going back to the Big 10, I believe, is where Colorado is going to be headed back to, not the Big. So, look at now I'm so confused. Let me see. I think they're going back to the Big 12, either Big 12 or Big 10. I think that's the case. Don't give me the line. Don't give me the line. So let me find out for sure. Let me find out for sure exactly where they're going to be at this time next year. What conference is Colorado playing in next season? And look, they put the Rockies, damn baseball team. So they're going back to the Big 12. So I know they're not in the Pac-12. Was it Buffalo? I mean, the Pac-12 or the Big 12. So that's where they're going at next season. Because the Big 12, I mean, the Pac-12 is no longer going to be. Speaking of that, Pac-12 lost a couple more teams. So you got 2 more teams that are moving to the ACC. And that's Stanford and who else is going? Stanford, and I think it was Cal, but they also are adding SMU. So now that puts the ACC to 18 teams. So shout out to them. You got to do what you got to do, but they could be losing a couple teams because there were some teams that's in that conference that's not too happy. Yes, see, exactly. Going back to the Big 12. That's where he said the Big 12. And he also said the Pac-12 is done. Yes, they are, because now, as we speak, they only got, I think, 2 teams left in it. Only got 2 teams left in it. Because Stanford and Cal, Berkeley is left. I think they have Oregon State and the University of Washington State. Washington State and Oregon State's the only 2 teams left. They're the only 2 teams left in the Pac-12. Yeah, they done. Ain't no help for them. I mean, what can you do? So you might as well dissolve them 2 teams and allow them to be independents, I guess. Independent teams. Allow them to be independent teams and figure out where they want to move to, and probably not even penalize them since they was the last people standing. Some of these teams are being penalized and they have to pay a fine in order to move. But hey, when you're not happy, you're willing to do anything you have to do in order to get up out of that conference. It means even if you have to pay to get out of conference. It is what it is. So that's crazy. It sounds. I used to watch the Pac-12 a lot between when Reggie Bush was there and they was doing their thing. When I was watching Stanford back in the days, and they had this white running back, man. I can't think of the guy's name. Had a man, he was tough. The white running back, I can't think of who it was, man. But he was tough. He used to run that ball hard. Damn, what was his name? I can't remember. Another team I used to watch back in the days when that's him. That's Toby Gerhart. That's him. Exactly. Thank you, Elijah. That is him. No. Peyton. Marvin Smith. Peyton Hillis used to play for Arkansas. Let me tell you about this Arkansas team. Arkansas had Felix Jones, Peyton Hillis, and my man, he's called Run DMC, McFadden, Darren McFadden. That used to be the backfield at Arkansas. And they had a quarterback named Matt Jones, who was the size of a goddamn tight end playing quarterback back in the days. That's what Arkansas had. And matter of fact, that same Arkansas played against Florida for the SEC championship game that one year when they had all three of them running backs. So, yeah, he played for Arkansas. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was trash too, man. He was trash. He wasn't even good. And once he got to the NFL, he was done. He was done. He wasn't good. But I remember him at Stanford, and that dude used to just. He reminded me of geez, what was that guy's name? I want to say. Allstott. That's who he reminded me of. Mike Allstott for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's who Toby Gerhart reminded me of when he was in college. Exactly. Look, guys, he had. This is what they probably told him in the huddle. Told him, run to the 3 hole, run to the 1 hole. Run to the 0, which is lined up straight over the center. That's 0. Then you got 1. Then you got 2. Odds on your right, evens on your left. For those who don't know, center straight up, 0. Right shoulder's 1, left shoulder's 2. So if I tell you run to the 2 hole, you got to run off his right shoulder. But if I tell you run off the 1 hole, it's off his right shoulder, right? If I tell you run up the 2, you run off his left shoulder. If I tell you run off the 4, you got to run off his outside left shoulder. So that's how it goes, right? 0, 1, 2. A little football knowledge. Some of y'all didn't know, but you learned. But that's what they told him. Just run up run up the 3. Run through the 3 hole, run through the and it wasn't no cut. He wasn't no Barry Sanders. Please believe he wasn't fleet of foot at all. He just go the hole. If there's nothing there, you make what you need to make and get what you get, and you just keep going. That's what's Toby Gerhart. But like I said, in college, he looked like Mike Allstott. That's what he reminded me. And I used, to me, I always was a big fan of good running backs and good run game teams. I didn't care about all that passing out. Shit don't mean nothing to me. Shit don't mean nothing to me. I was a fan of the run heavy football. Now, please believe me, I'm not part of the fan of the option, triple option, and all that shit like Navy used to run and Air Force used to run, or the military academy run. No, I didn't. No. But I did like a good balance of good running and passing, right? And I was more so a fan of run plays and pass plays. Now, this may be because it was a lot easier to cover as far as a defensive player. Run. Now, if a team is running on you, that's probably the most disrespectful thing you can ever play against. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you getting just pounded on every play, and they get the first down, that's I'd rather you throw a bomb on me, man, and get a touchdown than do you just run that damn thing. Because it's, first of all, it's time consuming and it's hard. It's time consuming and it's hard. And they drag your ass all the way down the field and they punch in the end zone. You tired. You've been playing for 30 minutes on the field and you can't stop them from getting first down. They run right, run left, run up the middle. It's a tough thing to play against. But that still shows a level of toughness. So it is what it is. But yeah, I used to, I used to watch that Pac-10 football because of that. Like guys, like I said, Toby Gerhardt, Reggie Bush. They had another running back used to play for UCLA. You know, same name as old UCLA Bruin, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, of course, he spelled his name a little bit different, but that was his name, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He used to wear the number 33, and he played for UCLA. I used to like watching him play. Who else was a guy that used to play there that I got to see? Lindell White, along with Reggie Bush. He was one of them hard-nosed runner. Andrew Luck, he played quarterback there. I like watching what's my man used to play? McCaffrey used to play for Stanford too at running back. Barry Sanders' son used to play. He didn't play long, you know. It was short-lived, but he didn't play long. Did you like Bishop Thomas had in the run zone for Colorado? Okay, let me read this again. Did you like the block Bishop Thomas had in the zone for Colorado? Bishop Thomas. I must have missed that. Sorry about that. Yeah. Now, he was a good receiver for them. I used to watch Keyshawn Johnson. He was one of the receivers. Curtis Conway. Used to watch him at receiver. USC had a lot of receivers. Mike Williams. I don't know if y'all remember him, the Mike Williams that played for the Detroit Lions. That flamed out when he got there. But he was strong as an ox back in the days. Palomalu used to play for USC. Used to like watching him in college. Who else? Oh, man, they had a lot of great players, man. A lot of great players. Especially USC, man. They probably had more about anybody that I was entertained to watch. Jesse Palmer. He played quarterback for a championship team. What's my man? Won the Heisman Trophy. Matt Leinart. Marquise Lee. Yeah. Now, he stayed hurt a lot. Even in college, he stayed hurt a lot. So, you know, that really hurt him. But, you know, he was entertaining to watch. Who's another guy I used to watch back in the day for USC? Jeez, who is this? I used to watch Junior Seau because I played the linebacker position in high school, so I got to kind of watch him a little bit too. Tom Marinovich, y'all don't know if y'all remember him. If y'all remember his story, his dad was real strict on him, and that's the guy who always made that statement. He never had McDonald's before in his life. But he had a lot of issues, a lot of demons he was dealing with. He had a story on 30 for 30. It's real good. But yes, he used to be a real good quarterback at USC. He was also a Heisman candidate for a while, but, you know, things like I said, he had a lot of demons he was dealing with. So a lot of pressures from his dad and, you know, one of those parents who was wish he really could be in a position that his son is, so he lived all of his dreams to his son, and sometimes things don't work out. But yes, he was another player I used to watch. Jeez, there's a couple more guys I can't think of right. The one used to play McGinnis. Used to play for the New England Patriots. He played outside linebacker. Damn, I think it's McGinnis. What was his damn name? Damn, I can't think of it. I used to watch him a lot. I used to watch him a lot when I was in college, matter of fact. Damn, I can't think of the name. He used to play for the New England Patriots, play in for New England Patriots, ended up getting traded to Cleveland. I think it's McGinnis. He was on the NFL Network for a while. I don't know if he's still on there anymore, but he used to be. I can't think of his name. Damn. I'm having a brain freeze. Sorry about that, guys. But I used to watch him a lot at USC. But yeah, but back to Coach Prime and the Buffaloes, Colorado. They got a tough schedule ahead of them. I ain't gonna lie, the schedule's gonna be tough. Willie McGinnis, that's his name. That's his name. Look, Miss Reese, well, she owned it. I like her. She owned it. That's it. Willis, I think it's McGinnis. I think that's his last name. I used to watch him at USC. Like I said, I used to watch a lot of Pac-12 games mainly because I was watching them. Because when I would come home, we'd come home from games. We didn't always get to fly home from games. We sometimes had to drive a bus, charter bus, and so, you know, would usually be late night. So guess what? The Pac-12 still be playing. I wouldn't call Pac-12 then; it's called the Pac-10. They would still be on 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. They still be on. So we used to watch them games. Some other teams, LeGarrette Blount. I remember watching him at Oregon State. He got into a fight in a bowl game and knocked the cat out. Knocked him straight out. Steven Jackson, remember him? He used to play for the Rams. He played at Oregon State. Watch him. Another quarterback used to play for Oregon State. A guy used to play, Achilles Smith. He played for Oregon State. As a matter of fact, I think he ended up like the first overall pick or first quarterback. Well, he was drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals. I remember him because the Bears was looking to draft him. And I'm glad we didn't. Because we surely missed a bullet with that. But I also remember Cade McNown. Because the Bears drafted him. He played for UCLA. And I was so pissed off because I thought that dude was no good. That dude was sorry. And we ended up drafting him. Ugh. Bad draft by the Chicago Bears with that guy. But I used to watch him. There's one more guy I want to name, but I can't think of it. Man, now y'all got me reminiscing, boy. Y'all got me going back with this one. Man, Marshall said, yes, it was Willie. Yeah, that's exactly who it was. Damn, I can't think of that last guy. But look, guys, hey, I'm going to get on Gritty. Call it a night. We're going to do a long show, but just make sure that I had to make sure that I had to give my props to Coach Prime, and congratulations to everybody on his coaching staff, Coach Prime, every young man that he's leading, coaching the trainers and managers, and all the people who are affiliated. Hey, congratulations to them, man. I see a lot of great things happen for Colorado Buffaloes, man, because I think they got a great coach. They took a chance on him, and it looks like it's paying off. It looks like it's paying off. So, hey, I wish that brother nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. I want to see him to get all the success that he deserves, right? I think he deserves that. I think he does it. So it's showing. It's showing. He's putting the product on the field. He's proving the doubters wrong. And I want to continue to prove doubters wrong. Why? Because he deserves to. Because he's that dude. And he walks with that certain level of swag and that confidence. He did it ever since he was at Florida State when he played ball there. Did it all the way up into when he was at Atlanta. Right by Atlanta. Did it when he got traded to the 49ers. He did it even when he played baseball. He did it when he played for the Cowboys. Even when he was with Baltimore Ravens. They weren't that good, but he still had that swag about him. He still had that swag about him. So, it was all good, man. And I'm here for it. I know that's right, Miss Reed. I appreciate you being here, man. Your presence is greatly needed. It is greatly needed. Just like my man Marvin and for everybody else. Dorian, thank you for being a great mod. Thank you, Urbanology 101 for the help and assisting and for old man like myself forgetting the goddamn names. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my sister. I appreciate that. And everybody, every last one of you stopped by. Brother Ron, even world class with his light skin hate. We're not gonna keep it going, but even brother Noble with his light skin hate. Shout out to my brother Ron, even though he got about 50 teams. Shout out to that brother for stopping through. Even Travel One, even though she's here to troll me just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit. Talk about Chucky and how she don't like Chucky, but she loves tennis. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Hey, I just want to thank you, Sister Jill, for coming by, and every last one of you guys coming by. You got again. Y'all don't have to be here. Y'all don't have to. Y'all can still been out there enjoying your day. Getting a cold one in. Well, man, Marshall. I'm not going to answer that last point, but thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, for the great show, OG. Thank you, sir. Watch out for the flying bricks. I know that's right. I know that's right. I better watch out for goddamn bricks. No, but God bless. But seriously, I thank you guys for rocking out with me, man, for sure. Again, we're not gonna have the typical normal Wednesday show. We're gonna have a fantasy football special show, so it's strictly gonna be about fantasy football. Me and my man Chris Allen will talk about fantasy football and some of the strategies that we use doing our, as we drafted our teams, picked the teams, as we set our teams up, set our lineups up, and getting ready for the football season. Because guess what, guys? Football season starts, as far as the NFL, starts on Thursday. It starts on Thursday. So hopefully you guys are ready. Y'all ready to cheer on whoever team y'all are cheering on. I know I got a few guys in here who love the Cleveland Browns. Maybe got some Cincinnati fans in here. Ron, who's a fan of the Dolphins and the 49ers, and probably 28 other teams out there. Who knows? I got fans of the Ravens. They here. Fans of the New Orleans Saints. They in the building. I'm a fan of Chicago Bears. So I'm going to be in this piece. I'm going to talk my shit. Urban Logic. I don't know who you're a fan of. I think he was talking about you in that area of Ohio. So I assume you either you Minnesota. That's right. You did say you a Minnesota Viking fan. My bad, brother. My bad. As you heard me say, I'm a Chicago Bears fan, so I plan on beating the Vikings. I said it now. We are planning on beating the Vikings, so that is my theory. That is my philosophy, and we're going to watch you do it because we got the best quarterback in the division. So with that said, you're more than welcome, my brother. Talk about it. When a game comes, we can talk shit, go back and forth. We can put a few coins on the line if you want to. Doesn't matter to me. It's all in good fun. But guys, once again, I appreciate you guys coming out. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me in the basement. I'm going to keep on doing what I do, rocking out, having a good time, making some a loving, friendly, relaxed type environment. We're going to have our disagreement, and that's cool, but it's going to be respectful, right? That's how we're going to do things. We're going to do it in a respectful manner, and that's how we're going to rock out here. So shout out to you guys who have come. Guys, if you hadn't hit the like button, please, on your way out, hit the like button. I will greatly appreciate that if you do that for me. And I look forward to see you guys on Wednesday. My man said for his last parting shot, Pelicans It's the best quarterback in the division. Well, these are lies. See, Urban Meyer was selling a lot of truth. He was helping me out with Toby Gerhard, some names, some other players. But he came up with this bullshit right here. And so we can't promote bullshit. And so I need to hurry up and take this down because me stating this and leaving it up there, I'll promote the same bullshit. Kirk Cousins is not the best quarterback in the division. He is not. He's not the second best. He may be the third. Fields number one. Jared Goff, to me, is better. Now, he don't have the weapons that Cousin has with Jeffries and T.J. Hawkinson. And at the time, Dalvin Cook, but now he's gone. But they got, Mathis. Don't have the weapons, but I still think they're just a better quarterback overall. But guess what? Everything, all is going to come out in the fan. Everything's going to come out in the watch. We'll see. Season's here, baby. It starts on Thursday. Good luck to everybody who plays fantasy. Good luck to everybody team, but the teams that my Chicago Bears play for, I wish them nothing but bad and all ill will. Thank you guys, man, again for coming. Please hit the like button on the way out. Share and subscribe if you have anybody who in your family or yourself is a fan of sports. Continue to tune in 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Come to the basement. Have a good time. We're going to talk sports. Football season starts as far as college. NFL season starts on Thursday. We're going to continue to rock out. We're going to talk about a little bit of NBA. When the baseball playoffs come up, we're going to talk about that too. It's all going to be talked about. It's all going to be talked about. Because sports. We all love some sports, don't we? Let's enjoy it. All right? Y'all have a good night. Be safe. Hey, salute to you, J-Hub. I appreciate you being here. I know your job is to protect every black woman in the world, and I'm sure you're going to do a great job of doing that, brother. Right on to you. Hey, make sure you guys, like I said, please hit the like button. And I'm going to catch up with you on Wednesday. We're going to rock out. We're going to talk about this good fantasy football and what lineups and who's to start, who to sit, who not to play, who to drop, and who to add. All of it's going to be talked about on Wednesday. Right on. Y'all take care.